it gets really awkward.
If you want to work for power and you want to work to make...
I don't know, because
I think we should work for power. We should. And then it gets really awkward and it's like it's cold. And then it gets really awkward.
Personally, I don't think young people have any power at all, because yeah, we can vote. I mean, no, not vote.
We can't even vote.
We can't vote. Yeah, we can protest, but on the grand scheme of things, it's not gonna have much impact because the people who are in power, they can't relate to people like us. They've come from, because they come from like sort of affluent backgrounds, or they're out of touch with the real world, I guess you could say. Because think about it like this: how many people in Parliament do you see that are of colour?
Or maybe they forgot how it feels like to be a young person, and they don't have a bad background. They all have good backgrounds, so that's probably a reason why they don't care.
Yeah, exactly. The smaller issues that are building up in communities today will end up being the big problems that they will have to face in the future. So if they just tackle it now and listen to young people in the current moment of time, then it will be able to prevent a lot of bad things happening in the future.
Let's say you're black, but you grow up in like Kensington or whatever, or an affluent area, then your opinion is going to be very different to someone who's black but grows up in South London. In a way, it's a good thing, how it is with like the top people having the top 70% of the jobs. Because don't get me wrong, statistically that's bad, but that sort of motivates us to say, okay, we want this, we can do this, I'm going to be different.
I know so many people who have had such a rough life and they're still doing great. It's all about like that determination to carry on and like doing what you're doing and not giving up and not being distracted or swayed by crowds. I feel like some people that live in South London especially, they feel the need to turn to like the informal employment and stuff like that, or whatever, and then it kind of ruins their whole life in the future, to be honest.
Well, for boys, they have the gang life, and for girls, I don't know. I
feel like with girls, they waste their time on streets and they just go out. I mean, I like to go out a lot, I can't lie. But like
they
on street,
on
hanging around places, looking for boys, like that's not what you want to do.
I feel like kids are very money orientated at this like day and age. Like they feel like they need so much money, but education is free. Think about it. As soon as you've got your education, you've got qualifications to go do stuff and make money. I feel like the people that you hang around with, they're gonna motivate you. And if you're hanging around with people and their ultimate intentions are negative, you're gonna end up like that.
It's basically peer pressure. So someone might be broke and they might look a certain way, like they can't afford good clothes. So they're gonna so people more wealthy are gonna bully the kid, so then he's gonna want to make money even as a kid, so he's gonna turn into gang life, like he's gonna just follow the bad kids basically.
Pay attention in school and that will be so beneficial. I feel like most people don't really feel like they have a goal, but if someone actually sat down and took the time out of their day to question them about what they're going to do in their future or how they're going to deal with certain situations that they'll come across, then maybe it will help them avoid that situation. But also, providing for children doesn't just include materialistic things. It's more mentally, I think. That's what changes someone. Not even their parents, just people around them don't care enough to just ask what's going on or to show them like wrong from right.
I think the biggest example was that for me, when I was in year 6, I went to Whitgift. It's a private school. That was one of the schools I was interested in going there. And one thing I noticed was that it was just all white kids. There was no people of colour. And there was this one black kid, and he spoke really, what's the word? Posh, I guess you can say. And I think that was the biggest that was the moment where I realised that what you're around is what you become.
I think that if we work hard, then we can be the I don't want to say the prime minister, but we could be like we can be the people that are going to make the change.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what this generation needs to just wake up and understand. Like instead of being like, oh yeah, we're not gonna do anything about it because we're gonna leave it to the grown-ups. No, we need to work hard, like Jamie said in the beginning, stay in education. Get your qualifications and then be able to be the person that makes a change and be the person that listens to everybody else, because if we can't do it, then the adults that are there now, they haven't done it and they won't do it.
Yeah, they're thinking about taking.
We're just so soft. They're just so
They're literally thinking about taking family going down.
Yeah.